Hey, Mandy Squires of Mandy's Not So Small Talk. So, I am getting into doing some like plaster texture art, and I've been really inspired and paying attention to some videos I kind of seen on social media, and I'm just like, you know what, I really want to do that. So I'm about to do my first piece here. As you can see, this is an old like painting that I messed around with, and ordered some of this screen. And I'm going to give my first one a shot. So wish me luck. Okay, just want to show you. This is a process that I think I'm definitely going to be learning a lot from this. I would not do it the same, but I'm definitely picking up some things that I'm going to practice and do different on my next one. I'm just hoping this one turns out. We'll see. It's definitely still a work in progress, but in the meantime, I've also been working on this one. This one here, in which I used plaster, and we'll see how this one goes. So, you know, your first time of doing things, you can't expect to know what you're doing. You just kind of got to go through the process and figure it out. So I'm doing that. Okay guys, I've been taking big breaks and working on this very slowly. I've put a few more layers on this, and I've also put a few more layers on this one, as you can see. So I am actually my next step is to sand it. Both of them. Actually gonna paint this guy.
And, well, I almost actually abandoned this project. I felt like I had just done too many things wrong, that I had ruined it, that the best thing to do was just walk away and start over. So I put it outside, ready to throw it away. And yet, as it sat there, untouched, forgotten, something inside me stirred. A quiet realization crept in, forcing me to reflect not just on this project, but on my life. Because I've done this before, more times than I can count. I felt this crushing weight of failure so deeply that I thought maybe I wasn't meant to continue. That maybe I had done this entire life wrong. So wrong that the only way forward was to leave and try again in another time, another place, another existence. I've sat in that darkness, convinced that I had failed myself beyond repair. This project, abandoned and cast aside, mirrored those moments. The times when I let my perfectionism and self-criticism convince me that if I couldn't do something perfectly, I didn't deserve to do it at all. The times I internalized every mistake as proof that I was unworthy of continuing. But after a few days, something in me shifted. I walked outside, picked it up, and brought it back in. I wasn't sure what would come of it, but I knew one thing. I wasn't ready to give up. Not on this, not on myself. And that small gesture, choosing to continue, was everything. It made me realize how often I do this in relationships too. When something feels off, I run. When I'm triggered, I retreat. I pull back, needing space to process. But sometimes I pull back so far that I convince myself that there's no way to return. But I'm seeing now that healing isn't about running or erasing. It's about staying. It's about sitting with the discomfort, the imperfection, the messiness, and continuing anyway. Because life isn't black and white. It isn't all good or all bad. It's a balance of both. Light and shadow, struggle and beauty, chaos and creation. And just like this project, I see now that the imperfections aren't failures. They are what make it unique. They are what make it art. And the same is true for me, for all of us. We aren't here to be perfect. We are here to become, to shed the layers of self-doubt, to embrace the process, to trust that every mistake, every wound, every dark moment is shaping something more beautiful than we can see in that moment. Because gold isn't valuable simply because it is gold.
All right, there it is, the finished product.
And just like that, I understand. I was never failing, I was becoming. So I will stay. I will trust. I will see this through. Because this messy, imperfect, ever-evolving process is the masterpiece in the making.